It's called the STM61. It's by one of my favorite companies, and it's brand spanking new. Today we look at the FSC STM61. What is up, YouTube? My name is Buddy Blues, and it's Small Business Tuesday on a Tuesday. Today we revisit our friends up in New York City, FSC, and we look at their brand new creation. We've seen FSC several times on the channel. If you want to get the full story, watch the very first video. I talk a lot about the company. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Farhad, the F in FSC, and how this became a thing. With Small Business Tuesday, I like the story almost as much as I like the product itself. Pedal, amp, guitar, whatever it is, pick. whatever it is. I almost always like the story just as much, so bear with me. Farhad has been doing repairs for a very, very, very long time between Los Angeles and New York City. A few years ago, about a decade ago, I think, he got a original 1963 Strat that had a 1961 neck on it. It belonged to a customer. It was there for repairs. With permission of the customer, Farhad got details of that body and the neck. So he took it apart and then he documented every single thing, almost x-rayed the heck out of everything. And he based this new creation off of that marriage of a 61 neck with a 63 body. So that's where this big contour comes in. That's from the 63 body, right? And the neck, which is, I've played several 61, 62, 63, 64 Strats. And that's what the neck is. It's not ultra chunky, but it's also not slim. And it's not too wide and it's not too thin. I know this isn't helping anyone. It's more of a, the second you touch it, it feels exactly like those 60 Strats. Plus I had a 66 here and I had a 65 here. And so whenever you feel the neck, whenever you do this and start playing, it automatically feels familiar. It's got that vintage thing. And when I say familiar, not all of us have a 60 whatever Strat, right? Even I don't right now. But we have like vintage inspired stuff. Here's one. We have vintage inspired stuff, right? And that just is it. We've got a gorgeous maple neck with a rosewood fingerboard. He went with the slab fingerboard, just like the appropriate for the times. That means there's just a lot more rosewood rather than a thin veneer. It's just a whole block of it. The single coils as well were inspired from that guitar, from the 63 body that had original stuff on it, right? So the voicing of those single coils were also made by FSC to replicate that. Obviously, it's not 100% an F-shaped guitar or like an S-style guitar, or you see that it's a little bit pointy here, stuff like that. That's their own touch. They also do the back heel, which I find it to be very comfortable. A lot of other companies do it very steep and it doesn't make sense. Body's made of tempered pine. This thing is lighter than my dreams and aspirations in life. Quick access to the truss rod, which every guitar company should start doing. This one's in this gorgeous blue with a little bit of relicking here and there, and I like it quite a bit. So like I say with most reviews, if it's this beautiful and it doesn't sound good or doesn't play good, what's the point? Spoiler, it plays amazing and it sounds great, and you're about to hear it. And to play it, I'm going to use the FSC 50 by Henry amplifications. It's this amp right here. I've also done a video on it. It's like a Fender Dumble mix. I don't know what it is, but it just makes every single string, every note sound fuller and rounder. I love that amp so much. And whenever you hear some fuzzalicious stuff, I'm going to be playing this little guy, also made by FSC. Just realized I should have worn my FSC t-shirt.
What pick are you going to use?
Huh, funny you asked. I'm going to be using the new Honey Picks Buddy Blues signature pick that you can now purchase, and it'll support a small business. And it'll just support the small business. I'm not getting any proceeds from this. I made it a point to not get any proceeds from this, but I gave them permission to use my logo, which is trademarked. Because if you're going to support a small business, support a small business. The link for this will be in the description. Let's get to it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you have now heard the FSC ST-M 61. People, this is it. This is it. You know how I know this is it? Because this is not mine and I have to send it back. But before I sent it back, I sent him a text. Before I'm going to have to send it back, I sent him a text message and I said, I think I want to order my own. And I think mine's going to be black. I don't know if I'm going with a mint or like a tortoise shell. I can never say tortoise shell. Or a tortoise shell pick guard. I don't know, but it's definitely going to be black. Same relicing, maybe a bit heavier. And yeah, I don't know which on the pick guard, but it's going to be identical to this one, different color. And we're going to be using it on the channel quite a bit. They just know what's going on. They know what they're doing. They know because they've done it for so long. The experience between the whole shop, between Farhad and his team, the experience together is decades upon decades upon decades of guitar work, guitar making, guitar repairs. So it's all of that comes into play whenever a guitar comes to like fruition like this. Which is X. Am I gonna pay for this or am I gonna pay for a 63 body and a 61 neck and I'm out 20 grand minimum? That's if something doesn't work. If everything works, you're in the 30 grand realm these days. Am I gonna go for this, which is an exact copy with cool modern features and their own little touches and such? Or am I gonna go $30,000? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, this is from H&M. This was 15 bucks. I'm not spending $30,000 on a guitar. Speaking of 15 bucks, you know what else is 15 bucks? Probably not that, but you should buy that. Support this channel, god damn it. If this was your first Small Business Tuesday, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. It's always a pleasure doing videos for these folks, man. I'm a huge fan of the guy. I'm a huge fan of the company. I'm a huge fan of Henry, this guy. I'm a huge fan of that conglomeration, that little what do you call it? The amalgamation of talent. I love that. And I love everything they do, including their pedals. That means pedals in Russian. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe. Show this video to Fender. Speaking of which, we encourage comments in this video and on all my videos. We encourage a lot of comments. Just a quick reminder that I do not have a Telegram. So there's this scam running. I don't have a Telegram. I'm not. You haven't won shit. I'm not gonna give you anything. I'm not giving you anything. I don't have a Telegram, and you haven't won something. I'll message me privately. Those are scammers. Those are trying to take your information. Blah blah blah. Never click on links of people you can't trust. No, you know you're an adult. Also, I don't compare. So if I may not, I encourage you guys to discuss, like if someone else asks, what about this company versus this company? Which one would you choose? I don't do that because generally I'm pinning two small businesses against each other. If we're talking about PRS and Gibson, it's a whole different company, it's a whole different thing. But I don't like to pin two small businesses next to each other. So I encourage you to talk about it. If I don't answer, please don't get upset. I've been Buddy Blues. You have been the people of the blues. Until next time, thank you for watching.